Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you are very kindness and healthy so much. Let me introduce myself. My name is Walida Awalia. I will teach you about biology. Before we start lesson, we will pray together. Say basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hopefully that Allah Subhanahu wa taala given us an easily for lesson biology today. Here is an explanation of nervous system. Now we saw together about the nervous system.
What is nervous system? In biology, the nervous system is a highly complex part of an animal that coordinates its actions and sensory information by transmitting signals to and from different parts of its body. The nervous system detects environmental changes that impact the body, then works in tandem with the endocrine system to respond to such events. In this picture, we can see together that the nervous system is split into two parts. The first part is central nervous system, and the second part is peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system is made up of two major structures. The first structure is brain, and the second structure is spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system is made up of two structures. The first structure is autonomic nervous system. There are sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. And somatic nervous system. There are sensory and motor. This is the first part of nervous system. There is central nervous system. System of nerves are neuron and dendrites. There is functions, the central nervous system, which is major components such as the brain and the spinal cord. The brain is found within cranium or skull, and there are 6 main sections among other structures within it. There are 6 sections. The 6 main sections of the brain, there are cerebrum, diencephalon, midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. And the second component of central nervous system is the spinal cord. The spinal cord, the link between the brain and the nerves in the rest of the body. Cerebrum, the first main sections of the brain. The cerebrum is the large section which divided into two major hemispheres, which are the right and left hemispheres. Cerebrum is further divided into 4 lobes. These 4 lobes are frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital. Frontal lobes is primarily responsible for reasoning. Parietal lobes is primarily responsible for integrating sensory information. Temporal lobes is primarily responsible for processing auditory information from the ears. And the occipital lobes is primarily responsible for processing visual information from the eyes. The second section of the brain is cerebellum. The sections located in the back of the head below the cerebrum and above the first cervical of the neck. It for muscle coordination, balance, posture, and muscle tone. The third main section of the brain is diencephalon. This section is found between the cerebrum midbrain. It contains 2 structures, thalamus and hypothalamus. Thalamus and hypothalamus is a gland located in the brain. The first structures of diencephalon is thalamus. The thalamus have the function to direct sensory impulses to the cerebrum. And the second content structures of diencephalon is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus have a function to control and regulate and have some system functions such as temperature, appetite, water, balance, sleep, and blood vessels contractions and dilation. This is another section. Main section of the brain is midbrain. The section located below cerebrum. Midbrain have functions to responsible for eye and reflexes. Pons. The section located below midbrain have function to responsible for certain reflex action such as chewing, tasting, and saliva production. The last of main section of the brain is medulla oblongata. The section located bottom of the brainstem have functions as connects to the spinal cord. This is the spinal cord, the second structure of nervous system. Spinal cord is the link between the brain and the nerves in the rest of the body. Spinal cord is divided to functions. The first function is afferent. Afferent carries information from the body to the brain. The second function is efferent. The efferent carries information from the brain to the body. Spinal cord into 4 different regions: cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and sacral. And this is second part of nervous system is peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system is divided somatic and autonomic. Somatic is responsible for carrying motor and sensory information, have functions connect to skin, sensory organs, and skeletal muscles. Autonomic, there are two major sections, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. We can see the picture. There is a difference from efferent neuron system and afferent neuron system. Efferent neuron system take information from the central nervous system to the muscle fibers through the body, and the afferent neurons take information from the nerves to the central nervous system. In the peripheral nervous system, there are the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is divided to structures. The first is sympathetic nervous system, revs up the body when confronted with immediate danger to either defend yourself or to escape the threat. And the parasympathetic nervous system brings all systems of the body back to the normal. This is the picture structure of neuron, which divide to any part: dendrite, soma, nucleus, axon, myelin sheath, squamous cell, and nerve ending. First, dendrites. These are branch-like structures that receive message from other neurons and allow the transmission of message to the cell body. Second, cell body. Each neuron has a cell body with a nucleus, Golgi body, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, and other components. Third, axon. Axon is a tube-like structure that carries electrical impulse from the cell body to the axon terminals that pass the impulse to another neuron. Fourth, synapse. It is the chemical junction between the terminal of one neuron and dendrites of another neuron. And there are neuron types. The first neuron types are sensory neurons. The sensory neurons convert signals from the external environment into corresponding internal stimuli. The sensory inputs activate the sensory neurons and carry sensory information to the brain and spinal cord. They are pseudonipolar in structure. The second types are motor neurons. These are multipolar and are located in the central nervous system, extending their axons outside the central nervous system. This is the most common type of neuron and transmit information from the brain to the muscles of the body. The third are interneurons. They are multipolar in structure. Their axons connect only to the nearby sensory and motor neurons. They help in passing signals between two neurons. Okay, I think that's enough explain for this material about nervous system. Hopefully this material is very useful for all of you. I'm sorry for all my mistake. See you next time.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.